Hello and welcome back to our Bannerlord modded series, and I'm just taking care of business here. This Mr. Sanion fellow is obviously way out of his league. So what we're going to do is I'm literally just going to take him prisoner, obviously, and then we're going to be very quickly going on. Not sure if we can do it, but I'm hopeful that we will be able to Aserai Castle. And you can see exactly what actually just happened just now. I don't know whether you saw that, but we're having some issues, and by issues, I'm talking about this guy. Yes, he's obviously going to try and besiege Akalat. Maybe we want to go there? Yep. Okay, I'm just going to go here. I was thinking to myself, hey, you know what? Maybe I am actually going to be able to do something here, but obviously I wasn't really able to. Anyway, I'm actually just going to take this for myself. I think Mr. Falcon probably has enough now. And I'm going to be able to make a pretty... I feel like I'm going to make a pretty decent, you know, impact, shall we say, on whether this is going to rebel. Because as you can see, there is a huge loyalty problem here already. Thankfully, I have so much, well, bonus from pretty much any of my policies. I have so many policies that basically just boost loyalty to the max, as much as we can possibly get. And you can see here, that's exactly what we're having. It's absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, even without loyalty and, well, even without festivals and games, I would be getting +3 loyalty every single day. But I'm just going to leave it for the moment. Oh, he's actually just going. Okay, that's really strange. I was kind of assuming that he would attack almost immediately, but he's going to go and raid this village. I'm actually wondering, you know what? We're going to go straight on in here. I feel like we're going to go straight on in here against this guy. Now, as you can see, this fellow is our engineer. He is absolutely fantastic, by the way, with engineering. He has 151. I'm actually super surprised. And we have 227 surgery with Mr. Surgeon Man. I'm actually really surprised. I am super surprised about that. Anyway, we are going to remain at war against the Southern Empire for quite some time, so I think eliminating these fellows while they are raiding this village is probably going to be a pretty significant benefit to us. So we are just going to go straight on in here. They only have 4 vassals. I was actually thinking that they would have a lot more, but you could see here we already have a slight advantage. It isn't going to be something that is going to be overwhelming, and we're not going to absolutely, you know, destroy them, you know, for 6 ways from Sunday, basically, but we are going to be able to hopefully achieve victory with minimal casualties. Obviously, there are going to be casualties, but if they're minimal or not, well, that's really very much up to our forces, because obviously we're in a village at the moment. I kind of... I mean, basically, I'm just going to let my forces do their own thing. I'm not entirely sure how we're really going to do this right now myself, because I kind of want to do some damage here. Like, for example, eliminating these guys. That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Super no-brainer, because look at these fellows. They're so incredibly defenseless. It's very simple for us to eliminate them. We don't have to worry about them actually attacking us back or receiving any damage in the process either, because, again, they've just got nerfed massively. You know, they've just got nerfed massively, these horse archers, unless they have 100 in riding skill, of course. Their accuracy is going to be very low. So the only thing that's kind of saving them right now is the fact that they may have indeed a critical mass of units, and the amount of arrows flying towards us is going to be the only thing that would really give us any pause for thought. This fellow is literally just going to die. He's not... That was hilarious. I love that. He was literally trying to block and everything, and he was running around with his little flag, and I was like, no, you're not going to run around with that flag, thank you very much. And we're just going to wade in here. That's exactly what we can do, of course, because I've got a camel. Camels, no one stop... Okay, no one can stop a camel, alright? No one can stop a camel right here. At least, not these guys, because they don't seem to have any spears or anything like that. But yeah, we've just completely broken their lines. Obviously, this particular formation is very effective at stalling cavalry. And that's obviously what they were attempting to do, because they know that we have a significant cavalry focus in our army. And of course, that's what they're going to try. They're going to try that every single time. Oh, yeah. I'm still getting I don't know, I'm still getting a bit thrown off by how massive the camel actually is in regards to its height. So whenever I'm actually swinging with this massive polearm here, I'm always, well, not always, but I am mostly swinging quite high. And I might actually swing too high because obviously I'm used to fighting on a horse, and that means I'm used to aiming for the head, of course, right? Well, at least I try to aim for the head. And on a horse, you're going to have to aim just a little bit higher, you know? Just a little bit higher so that you have the ability to hit on that wonderful critical hit spot that every single opponent has, of course. But with a camel, aiming higher is actually detrimental because you're just going to miss. And that's exactly what is happening to me right now. So obviously, you know, it's fine. It doesn't happen every time, of course, but, you know, it does happen quite often. Now, as I said to you in the previous episode, we are going to have to be very, very cautious and careful about how we deal with our war mount situation. It's actually quite funny. I have 2 series running at the moment. If you haven't checked out the other one, that is Europe 1100. And that is basically where we're in the British Isles, and I'm attempting to, well, just get as many war mounts as I can, pretty much, and it's a bit difficult, much more difficult than it would be in the base game. But yes, anyway, the point is, it seems like both series are now in a situation where I just need a lot of war mounts so that we can level up our forces and actually turn them into absolute monsters that can just murder everything. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do here. So, apart from the fact that we don't have that many war mounts, we're actually not doing too badly. However, if we sustain that kind of, well, situation for quite some time, if it lasts for, you know, that much longer, eventually it's going to come back to bite us. And that is not what we want. We really do want to make sure that we have an overwhelming advantage whenever we go into a battle like this, for example. I mean, yeah, you know, they did have us outnumbered, but you can see here very clearly that they just do not have anything to offer in regards to resistance. And that's exactly what we want. Although, to be fair, you know, maybe you don't want that. I don't know. Maybe you want to see some really, really tough battles and so on and so forth. But, you know, don't worry. We've obviously been defeated, you know, very recently, actually. So, well, not defeated as such, not defeated in the sort of, you know, classic sense, but we were obviously forced to retreat and get away from the situation that we were in at the time. Anyway, Hasid has finally joined us once again. I'm not going to be ransoming any of the lords, of course. I will just ransom all of the rest. As you can see, they're mostly Imperials. We're going to level up our roguery skill a little bit more. And what we're going to do, and this is what's really cool about being able to rescue so many prisoners, is that we're just going to be placing them into the garrison here. And we're just going to be placing basically every single Khuzait that I can in here that is a lower tier, because obviously I do want to try to maintain as many Aserai units in my army as possible, because that's kind of my whole thing, isn't it? You know, that's kind of the reason that we're doing the series, because we want to try to focus on the Aserai as much as possible. And there you go. All right, so that is actually it. So we've actually got some pretty decent troops in here. Actually, not too bad, not too bad. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of something here. Now, obviously, I was talking about parties in the previous episode. Okay, so now here's the thing with parties. I am not a big fan of how they deal with, shall we say, aggro. And if you know what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about how they deal with being attacked or being pursued by enemies. They always seem to be completely and utterly useless in that regard, and that's what I'm mostly talking about when it comes to parties. I'm not talking about how effective they are in battle, because they're going to be as effective as the next person. They're not going to be, you know, I don't believe that they're going to be useless just because they are a party. I believe it's just purely for the fact that they get themselves into situations that are going to be bad for them and their survival. That is the only thing that I was talking about in the previous episode. I wasn't talking about how, you know, how effective they are in the actual combat, but it's more a case of yeah, these guys are just a little bit stupid in regards to running in, you know? We don't want them to run in randomly and just get themselves murdered, do we? No, that's obviously not the case. We do not want them to do that. But that is indeed what they tend to do quite often, and that was the main thing that I was actually trying to convey. But unfortunately, it seems as though I wasn't actually clear enough about that, so I apologize. Anyway, there we go. Look at that. Mr. Falcon's doing a great job. Now look at what we have here. I actually did level up, so what am I actually going to do? That's the question. What am I going to go for? Well, the only thing that I'm really seeing right now, I mean, I already have a steward in the form of our spouse. As far as I'm aware, she's doing the whole steward thing. And I'm thinking maybe we should just go for one-handed. But when I think about one-handed, I am thinking, yeah, maybe, I don't know, is it useful? I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But we're just going to do that, and then we'll increase our cunning skill a little bit more. I kind of wanted just to get 7 in that, and there's Abelitos, and that is who we're actually going to fight. Now, I'm going to keep an eye on Hasid. I'm actually not entirely sure what he's doing right now. I might actually go to Odok, and as someone actually suggested in the comments, please, I might go and check out the garrison at Odok and see if there's actually some troops in there, because as far as I'm aware, we don't have, well, we have some in Akalat, but obviously I don't want to leave it completely and utterly undefended. But I think we do have some in Odok. I think we have about 100 or something like that. But that was the thing. I didn't really want to, again, leave them completely undefended. That would be a little bit unwise, in my opinion at least. However, if we were able to get a significantly larger army, we might be able to take some territory with, well, not too many issues. So maybe that's going to be worth it. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to let our forces do their own thing for the moment. I'd like to try to focus on these guys. As you can see, once again, focusing way too high on my swing. That is obviously not very good, but it's fine, because these guys are going to die nevertheless. Nice little turn at the end there. I was actually a bit worried that I was going to charge right into the enemy. As you can see, they do have thrown weapons, and they are very much willing to use them. Yes, but thankfully they have so many recruits right here. But you see the amount of damage I'm doing? I feel like I'm doing so much less damage than I have been in the past, but maybe I just need to get a better mount. That could be the thing, but I think I'm actually using one of the highest tier camels that there is. I could be wrong about that too, but I don't know. I mean, if anyone's actually used this mod before and you've played a little bit further than I have, or maybe you've just discovered the best camel ever, then by all means let me know whether the Humphrey camel is the highest tier. If it's not, I would like to get the highest tier if possible, because that's going to be extremely useful for us. And there we go, there's our engineer. He actually leveled up. That's very nice. Great. Hopefully he can get some more points in engineering and, you know, level that up even more. I mean, it's actually quite funny, to be honest. I feel like we're not doing too badly in regards to our owl. Yes, in regards to our owl. Indeed. In regards to our companions leveling up and everything. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of one-handed damage here because I have the ability to do so, of course. I'm actually not entirely bad with hitting on my mount, surprisingly enough, with this one-handed weapon. I would have expected myself to be pretty terrible with it because, let's face it, it's a one-handed, and usually in Bannerlord, this used to be completely different by the way in Warband, but in Bannerlord I'm really not very good with one-handed on horseback. At least that is how it used to be, but maybe I'm actually a little bit better at it now. I don't know. Not sure what actually happened there because I've always been a little bit janky when it comes to using my one-handed in these situations. I'm always thinking to myself, oh yes, another miss there, another miss here, and so on and so forth. But no, it actually seems like we're hitting quite often, which is wonderful. I love that, because that means I'm going to be able to level up my one-handed skill so much quicker, as you can see, and we're not even doing that much damage, but it doesn't matter, because as long as I can get the kills, that is literally all the difference that I need, you know, that is literally it. Because look at that, I'm literally leveling my one-handed every single time I get a kill at this point. Maybe I can get some more kills here. I kind of wish, you know what I wish? If I run into someone with my camel and they die from charge damage, I kind of wish that would actually provide me with my currently equipped weapon skill. I know that doesn't sound that doesn't sound realistic at all, obviously, but it would be much more useful in regards to, you know, leveling your character up. But obviously it doesn't make any sense realistically. But from an RPG, you know, standpoint, maybe that would be kind of cool. But yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That's just a passing thought that I had there, because I'm seeing myself literally run into enemies doing so much damage here and here and here and here, and I'm kind of thinking, does it level up my riding skill at least? I don't know. That's the question. I don't think it actually levels up anything for me, which is a little bit sad. I feel like it should level up riding skill. I don't know, but that's a funny thing. My riding skill is basically maxed out now. I don't think we're actually going to be able to level up my riding skill any further. I think it's going to be, well, it's going to be more difficult now to level it up. As you can see, I do have 284 in it, which is actually quite a significant amount more than it used to be, because obviously we did just get to 275, so there is that. But oh well, never mind, we're fine, and I'm just going to speed up the rest of the battle here, and there we go, we're done. And we did end up losing quite a few troops, but that is fine. That is a perfectly acceptable cost for what we actually accomplished here. You see all these prisoners right here? I'm obviously going to be attempting to take as many of them as I can, because we just want to prevent them from actually attacking us or retaliating in any meaningful way. That is what we don't want. We don't want them to come back over and over again. I'm actually going to have to leave the loot behind. I don't really want to do that, but I don't have enough space, and I don't really want to be walking around at a snail's pace as I make my way back over to Odok. And so, as you can see, we've got Gordiana there. She's probably going to attack Hasid. Yeah, is he actually running? Yeah, he is actually running. Okay, that's good to see. Because he's, I don't know. I don't know what it is about, you know, the parties, but they seem to get themselves embroiled into any fight that they can, and it doesn't really help them that much. That is a little bit counterintuitive, I suppose. Anyway, we're just going to take a bunch of troops here. Nothing really amazing to write home about. A couple of higher tier ones, obviously, as you can see right there. And we're just going to leave the garrison with around 100. And then we're just going to go into the marketplace, sell some stuff, because obviously we do need to do that. And we do have quite a lot of money in the marketplace right now. Hilariously enough, it doesn't seem to actually really do much here, which is a bit sad. I mean, you can see here, I really wish, you know what I'd love to have? A button in the marketplace. I'm sure there is a mod for this, by the way, but I'd love to have a button that basically just goes sell until there's 0 in terms of the marketplace. I'm pretty sure there is actually a you know, there's gonna be a mod. I'm pretty sure there is already a mod that does that, but it would be nice for our console friends if you know, they didn't have to rely on the base game for that. I mean, it would be nice if the base game actually did that. You know, that's what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, I don't think I need to do anything at Odok right now. The loyalty is actually doing fantastically because we have a governor here, of course. And I'm gonna go over to Hasid. Actually, what's going on here? Are you serious that you're actually attacking one of my friends? Get out of there. Get out of there. Alright, so we can actually take him prisoner as well. We can take these and then just give them to Hasid too. I actually have some prisoners too, which I should have actually sold. Yes, I should have sold those, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, where is Hasid? Where are you, sir? Is he in here? Yeah, I believe he is in here. So let me just see if I can speak to him. Where is he? There he is. Okay, so we're just going to speak to him real fast. I could actually make him into a vassal. Huh. We could give him Akalat. We could give him Akalat. I mean, you can see here, he's actually not too bad. He's got 90 in Steward. He's... You know what? You know what? Maybe we should make him into a vassal. He's Aserai as well, which might be kind of cool, but obviously he's not going to be getting any kind of loyalty bonus for, you know, owning the town or anything like that, because this town is indeed a Khuzait town. So technically I could, I don't know, I could do that. Let me just give him some troops first of all. We're just going to give him a bunch of these, even though they are relatively low level, but it's going to, I hope at least it's going to help him out. And yeah, we'll just do this. Sturgian Heavy Spearman. I'm not entirely sure where I got that from. Must have been from the garrison or something like that. And yeah, I believe we are now done, right? Yes, yes, we are now done. All right, so now he has 121. So technically what I could do is, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give him Akalat. And there we have it. Okay. Boom. Okay, we're going to call him, oh no. I'm terrible at naming things. What is his name? Arisen? I have no idea, because he continues getting killed, but then he comes back, so that's why I'm giving him that name. Alright, yeah, that's great. What a wonderful name that is. Oh, absolutely terrible, I know. You don't have to tell me. Alright, so anyway, we're just gonna go and give all these prisoners... Oh, no, not these ones, you absolute imbecile. There we go. Okay. All of these. There we are. And I'm so tempted to press this button. I am so tempted to press the execute button, but let's not do that. I'm very tempted though. Very, very tempted. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to donate troops. No, not to the garrison, you imbecile. Donate prisoners into Akalat here. That's going to give me 74. It's also going to give me some massive charm skill increases, as well as obviously some relation with the clan that we just gave it to, of course. And we are now pretty good. Okay, yeah, so I did actually get some war mounts, hilariously enough. But I think I might actually just let my breeder skill do a little bit of work for the moment, even though I may want to increase it dramatically here. Let's actually just have a quick look. How many war mounts do I actually have? I've got... Humphreys are actually just regular mounts. As you can see, they're actually really, really good. They've got 35 charge damage, but it feels like it's not doing that much. I mean, maybe it's just too slow or something like that. I actually don't know. Anyway, these dromedary war camels, and do you actually need war mounts, like specifically war mounts, or can you use noble mounts as well? I'm actually not entirely sure. Anyway, yeah, does Akalat actually have any war mounts? That's the question. There is actually a horse village nearby, so it might make sense. No, they have one dromedary war camel, which obviously isn't really going to be that useful. So let's just go over to Odok. Maybe they have something here. It's a slightly more prosperous town, I suppose, so they might have something. Oh, they do! Hello! They got a bunch! Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to basically leave it like that, and we're just going to move on. Now, I'm wondering what actually is going on with Mr. Sandstorm. I don't know where he is. What is he actually doing? Storm Sand, even. Not Sandstorm, Storm Sand. There we go. He has an insane amount of influence. He's literally murdering everything. Okay, but where are his other friends? We don't know where they are. Alright, well, he's doing relatively well in terms of influence right now. So hopefully he's going to continue doing that, whatever he's doing, to actually make that up. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go straight on in here the way it is. Oh, you see what I mean? You see what I mean right now? You see exactly what I'm talking about? Yeah, that is the reason why I was saying, hey, you know what? Look at this. He literally just got himself taken prisoner. And I gave him, well, I gave him troops. I didn't give him amazing troops, obviously. I gave him some actually pretty high tier ones, but obviously that's exactly what most vassals are going to have. They're actually going to have a mixture of units. They're going to have some lower tier ones, middle tier ones, and then they're going to have some high tier ones, and that's it. And that's kind of what he had, but I think the main problem is their behavior when dealing with any kind of combat encounter. It's not actually them going into the encounter itself. At least that's in my opinion. I think, for me personally, it would be much better for them to be as defensive as possible, run away when they know that they're going to be losing. No, you're not going to do this, sir. Yes. Hello there. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, nice, I actually got in. Okay, here we go. Wow, this is actually unheard of. I've never gotten in onto the battlements this early on. This is going to be a huge mistake, in my opinion, but it's going to be fun, and that's all that matters. Oh, murder. Murder. And I'm talking about them murdering me, not the other way around. Okay, these guys don't know how to block, apparently, which is great. They're me. There we go. Okay, wait, no. Get him. There we go. Whew. Okay, I was actually very worried about that for a real quick second. There we go. Eliminate that one as well. And this one, I can't actually see anything right now, so I'm just swinging wildly, which is really not very helpful. But there we go. We actually eliminated them. I've actually... not too bad, not too bad. I do need to do something in regards to eliminating the enemy downstairs, though. Wow, these guys really don't know. Okay. They are absolutely fine. That's great. I kind of want to find out where the enemy catapult is, but I don't know whether I really need to worry about that right now. Maybe I do need to, but... Okay, there we go. Eliminate that friend as well. Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. I guess that's what happens when I try to be fancy and jump onto a supposedly solid ground in regards to the rooftop here, but there apparently is a small gap in between the wall and the roof. And if you jump in there, your character is just infinitely going to think that it is falling, and then you get shot in the face, which is exactly what happened to me, which is actually hilarious if you think about it. I kind of thought that those kinds of things wouldn't happen anymore, but they still do apparently. Anyway, there you go. I would have survived, actually. In my opinion, I think I would have survived if that hadn't happened, but... Oh well, never mind. I got 34 kills. 34 kills, not too bad. And we were actually able to take the castle, which is wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to take all of the prisoners, I think. I think that sounds like a good idea. And we are going to take all the loot. And we've taken Samira Castle, which is obviously fantastic. So what we're going to do with this, obviously what I am going to do, is I'm going to very, very... adequately stuff as much gold in here as possible, just because I want it to get as many benefits as it can from me being the owner at the moment. So I'm basically just going to wait here for a little bit of time. Going to try to wait for as long as I can before giving it to someone. I'm probably going to... I don't really want to give it to Mr. Hasid because he is just so... well... bad. I don't... No offense to him and everything, but he is not very good at what he does, is he? He's a little bit, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's going to be a little bit better now that he's a vassal, but he seems to be... Oh, no. Did someone else get taken prisoner? Who did? Oh, this guy got taken prisoner. Okay. Oh, no. Ah, thankful... Look at Mr. Falcon. Look at Mr. Falcon. He's doing the work. Look at him. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at him. He's absolutely murdering. I don't even know how he's doing that, but there you go. He is actually doing that. And I am going to be now giving the owner... I'm going to give this to Hasid, even though I don't think he deserves this at all. But I'm going to give it to him nevertheless, because I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe if he has this, it's going to make a bit of a difference. Okay, so we're not going to make peace. Obviously, we're not going to make peace. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Falcon, but he says that we have too many enemies. He obviously knows that we're probably going to be attacked at some point in the near future by another faction, and he's probably warning me against that right now, so he's probably got some kind of future sight or whatever. But for me personally, I would rather do as much damage against the Southern Empire as it is right now than not. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I would love to be able to level these up, but unfortunately, I don't think I... you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to level those up at least. Because here's the thing. The more war mounts that I have in my inventory, the higher the chance that my breeder skill is going to do exactly what we want it to do, which is just... give me so many more war mounts. That's kind of the entire thing. Anyway, we're going to go for lead by example here as well. And as you saw in the athletics tree, I went with strong, which gave me +1 to vigor. So we now have 7 in vigor, which is great. And I really want to go on to Urzaner Castle because I believe that Zemina is actually in there. Yes, she is. I just really wanted to take this. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, you're picking on one of my friends, are you? Oh, wow, there's loads of them. Look at that. You see how many they had? Okay, that's really, really annoying, but it's fine, it's fine. We're going to be eliminating these friends as well. There we go. That was nice and easy. I kind of want to start letting these guys go, to be honest. I really do want to let a lot of the Southern Empire go, just purely for the fact that I might be able to then persuade them to join me at some point in the future. Maybe that would be really, really useful for us. But on the same, on the same beat, or or shall we say along the same line, I don't really want to do that because it's going to enable them to come back so much quicker and attack us again and again. And that's kind of not what we want either, is it? So yeah, it's a bit of a troublesome situation. So otherwise, apart from that, we do have some way too many of these things. So let's get rid of those. Thank you very much. There we are. And my trade skill has gone up. Okay, that's very funny. Okay, so yeah, apart from that, let's just get rid of these. There we are, nice and easy. And we'll just go into here, donate this guy in there. There we have it. All right, so there is actually an army over there. I'm pretty sure I can deal with that army relatively easily. We may even be able to just auto-resolve against him. Yep. We can definitely auto-resolve against him. Look at his army. He has 110 recruits. No wonder they want a peace agreement. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to level up the remaining amount of forces that I have available here, just because I think that the additional combat strength is going to make a pretty good difference. And then we're just going to go straight on in here with an auto-resolve. We're going to have a massive bonus just purely for the fact that we have so many cavalry and we're fighting on, well, what could be considered plains, and that's going to give us a big advantage. Anyway, there we go. That was nice. We've got even more troops actually joining us right here as well, which is obviously going to make a huge difference overall. Maybe we're going to be able to put some into the garrison at Akalat. Maybe we're going to be able to use it somewhere else. There's actually a pretty decent horse armor right here. There we go. I'm just going to swap some things around here for our forces. Just make sure that they have the best possible gear available. Let's try to attack these as well. There we go. Nice. Take them prisoner. Yes, yes, this is what we want. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to take any more of them prisoner, but we're going to get some nice loot as a result of that too. Okay, so now we are actually doing relatively nicely. I'm just going to go back here real fast. Going to go to the dungeon, donate those prisoners, because we've got a bunch of them. There we are. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's even going on with this particular clan. He seems to be letting us down quite dramatically, which is really, really sad to me, to be honest. But, well, you know, I can't really do much about that. Okay, wait a minute. Do we have some war mounts available here? Yeah, we got a Steppe Hunter, and that is pretty much it. Okay, I'm going to have to go back to Odok, I suppose, and try to get some more war mounts, because that seems to be the common theme, isn't it? Yeah, the common theme in Bannerlord nowadays is, yes, you need war mounts. That seems to be the thing. Anyway, we have Sabila, who has actually just advanced in level, so let's see what we want to get her. I'm thinking Vigor right now, get her some more two-handed. And what else do we want here? Riding skill is definitely going to be useful, and she got some cunning as a result of passive benefits. Alright, that's not too bad. And we can also manage the town here a little bit too, so this is exactly what we want. We want to be able to get village growth as much as we can, and I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're just going to increase loyalty once again. I don't think we actually need that, but I'm going to do it nevertheless, and then we're just going to queue up a bunch of things. There we go. That's going to make things very, very simple for us, and hopefully that's going to work out nicely. There we go. There's the Sturgians. That's kind of what I was thinking would actually happen. It's going to cost me 9,800 tribute per day to make peace with them. I'm not going to be able to sustain that for very long, I don't think. Maybe I would be able to, but I'm not going to do that right now. We did actually get to... Oh, yeah, hello. This might be pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go for Horde Leader here because this gives me plus 10 party size, even though this is obviously not that useful to me at the moment because my party is never really at maximum size, but it can be kind of useful. And we're going to be going for plus 30% renown gain because I don't think... Wait a minute, do I have Famous Commander? Do I have Famous Commander? Where is Famous Commander? No, I do have Famous Commander, so I actually do not need Public Speaker because I don't think they stack. I have done a couple of, not tests, so to speak, but I have, taken a look at the amount before and after, and it seems like it's almost exactly the same. So I think I'm going to go for Parade here. And otherwise, I think that's going to be it for this episode before we take Urzaner Castle and free Zamina. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.